Let me ask you, I want to give you a chance. I don't want to criticize Islam. I want to give you a chance to prove to me Islam is coming from the true God as a Muslim. What do you want to do to me? I mean, what is the most strong argument you Muslims have for us to prove Islam to be a true religion?
Probably the concept of God.
What is the concept of God? Where we can find the concept of God in Islam?
Surah Ikhlas. Kul huwallahu Allahu samad. Lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad.
No, it doesn't say Qul huwallahu samad. It says Qul huwallahu ahad. Yeah, it's not. Doesn't say Qul huwallahu samad. Now, let me ask you, what ahad mean?
Ahad means one.
That's not true. Ahad mean one of. So how Allah He says that He is one of? That is a mistake. You can go right now. I can type for you the word ahad in the Quran, and you will find that the word ahad always come as one of, never as one. Here we go. I will type the word ahad in the front of you on the screen. I want you to look with me. You can copy, take a snapshot. Here we go. Okay, ahad. Here we go. Look, all those verses. Ma min ahad. You see the word ahad? Ahad. All of those are ahad. Okay. If we search now for the word ahad, we will find the Quran always. Choose for me any verse you want. Have the word. All those verses have ahad. Choose any of them, and you will see that always the word ahad come as one of.
But in the sentence Kul huwallahu ahad,
Qul huwallahu ahad, that is a wrong verse.
In order to be one of, there must be one of what? One of God.
Right. Okay. Let me ask you. If there is any other creators in Islam?
Creators. What do you define as a creator?
Well, the one who created Adam is Allah, right?
Yes.
Okay. If there's any other creators beside Allah who created the human beings?
Human beings? If Allah give anyone the power to create, then he might be able to create.
Okay, that's a good answer. Who is the one Allah gave him the ability to create beside him?
I think Jesus was given.
Okay, so now we have two creators. We have Allah and Jesus.
But this creator was Jesus was given the power, but Allah has his own power.
No problem. But Jesus, now he became a creator, correct?
Yeah, you can say that.
Okay.
He was the creator of a bird.
Okay. Jesus, he can create a human being. Can he resurrect a human being from death too?
Yes, he was given the power. These are called models.
But isn't it the Quran said that only Allah can resurrect people from death? It is the one who created it first time.
I think it says that.
Okay. In chapter 36, verse number 77 and 78, it says, and 79, they said, say, okay, who is the one who can make people come back to life? Who is the one? Did the human being forget who the origin of the creation? Says, who can give life to the dry bones? Do you see the verse, my friend, in the screen?
That's number what?
This is chapter 36, verse number 78.
78, and he makes comparisons for us and forgets his own origin and creation. He says, who can give life to dry bones and decomposed one at that?
So who can give life? Let us see the answer. Allah answer, say, Allah saying to Muhammad, say, he will give them life who created them from the first time. Only that person can bring life back to is the one who created them first time. Is that correct?
Yes.
Well, if Jesus can resurrect you from death, that means he is the one who created you first time. Because this is what the verse saying. The verse saying that the one who can create you, he can bring you back to life, is the one who created you first time.
But this power of Jesus was given by someone else.
My friend, it doesn't matter. Listen. If the Quran confirm that the one who can bring you back to life is the one who created you first time. That means Jesus is the one who created first time. The Quran did not say, and Jesus Christ can do that. No, the Quran saying that the one who created you first time is the one who can bring you back to life. There's no other option. Do you see other options there?
Because I think if you study law,
Hmm.
there will be some laws that will be plain laws, and in other laws you will find some stipulations. Because Quran is a whole book, and
My friend, no
you,
problem, no problem. We are not saying it's not a whole book, but the Quran confirm in every verse in the Quran that the one who bring you back to life is the one who created you first time. Do you see anywhere in the Quran it says that the one who creates someone back from death is different from the one who created you first time? No. The Quran confirmed that in many places. So if Jesus he can bring you back to death from death to life, that means this is a contradiction. Unless Jesus himself is your God.
my friend, you can tell this is a contradiction, but to me it is not a contradiction
So
because I
explain to
think
me, okay, why first of all, what is the logic that Allah he gave his power now? Because now we discovered that Jesus have two power: the power of a creation, a human being from nothing, and the power of a creation you from dust again when you are dead and bones. Why Jesus can't do that? So what is the reason Jesus was given the ability to create you and the ability to resurrect you?
I cannot tell you the reason, but I can tell you that he was given this power. I
Hmm.
cannot
Do
tell
you
you the
have
reason.
a proof that he was given? What is the proof?
Prove.
What is the proof that Jesus was given from Allah such a power? I can say I gave Jesus the power. You can say that too. If there's any proof that Allah can do even what Jesus did Allah did to Muhammad any miracle in his time?
Miracle.
Hmm. Why Allah cannot do what Jesus can do? Here we go. The Quran confirmed that Jesus can resurrect you. Jesus can create you. Okay. So why Allah cannot do what Jesus do? We have a proof that Jesus did. Even the Quran witness for that. Muhammad witness for that. Unless he's a liar. Now, can Muhammad witness for us that his God Allah did create anything?
Yes,
Where?
that
How? Show me. What is the miracle of what is the miracle of Allah happened during the time of Muhammad where he can create anything? By the way, you are touching the mic and you are losing the sound. Don't touch it, please. Now I hear you. Go ahead.
because you said earlier that Allah created Adam.
I did not say that. This is the Quran saying, but what is the proof? I can say I created Adam too.
And
You see, in order to say a miracle and to claim a miracle, you have to have witnesses. Have you ever heard even a crime need witnesses? Even marriage would need witnesses. When you get married as a Muslim, you need two witnesses, correct?
yes,
Okay, so everything, even if you take money, you borrow money, the Quran says you have to have witnesses. So okay, if we need to have witnesses in a city stuff which is about money, shouldn't we have witnesses about God? Who is the one who will witness to your God that he was able to do any miracle? Nobody. Are you there?
uh,
Okay. So do you have any proof that Allah can create anything?
I no,
I will give you a clear proof that Allah can do nothing. As an example, you know the story when the angel came to Muhammad and he told him what Allah told him, right? About when he came to him to the cave. What Allah he said to Muhammad in the cave? Did he say to him, read?
yes,
Okay.
recite. I think
All right. Okay. He said to him, read it 3 times. Why Muhammad was not able to read if Allah is God? Jesus says to the blind man, see, he saw. He said to the man who cannot walk, walk, he walk. Why Allah cannot do what Jesus does? Allah said to Muhammad, the 3 times read, and still Muhammad cannot read. How this happen?
because it was not Allah saying that read. It
No,
was
this is no,
and
no, no, no. This is
Ibrahim
Allah. No,
saying
this is
read.
Allah. Because remember, in the Jibreel, he is just bringing the word of Allah, not to his word. It's not him who is saying read. Jibreel is just carrying the word of Allah. Do you agree?
All right. If he cannot read, but then why he could understand that he is saying read?
No, he did not understand anything. The angel he squeezed him 3 times, and there's no ketchup, no mayonnaise coming out. So the angel, because Muhammad is being ignorant, obviously, and he don't understand him. So the angel he said to him, read, which Allah he command him to say to him, read. And Muhammad says, read what? Like and the Muslim they say no, this mean he cannot read. Okay, So why Muhammad saying to him, I cannot read, and the angel insists to say to him, read? What is the point if he will not make a miracle? Here we go, Muhammad cannot read. And then I squeeze him again. And I say to him, read. And then he say, I cannot read. And then I squeeze him again. And I say, read. And then he say, I cannot read. And then I squeeze him again. And I say, read. And he say, I don't read. I know how to read. So what the point of this drama? Why Jesus said to the blind man, see, he saw. He said to the one who cannot walk, walk, he walk. Why Allah, he said to Muhammad, read it 3 times, still is not working.
I don't know the reason
I will
why
tell
he
you the
was.
reason, because this is a false God. Because if God, he said to a donkey, read, even if it's a donkey, he will read. Don't you agree with me? If God, he said to a camel,
Yes,
speak, he
if
will
God,
speak. Okay, so how Allah, he said to Muhammad a 3 time read after 3 squeezing, still Muhammad, he have no idea what's going on.
I don't know the reason actually.
Let me tell you what the reason. Because obviously this is a fabricated story. Because there's no way God, he cannot explain to his prophet what he meant. At least, obviously Muhammad, he don't even know what's happening. And why Allah cannot explain himself? Here we go. He's speaking to Muhammad, and Muhammad did not get it. Why Allah is making an order? The Abdul before you who called me, he said, Allah, if you want to say something to happen, he said, B is going to be. Here we go. He said B. He said read.
Hmm.
3 times. And yet Muhammad, the poor guy, he cannot read. I feel sorry for him.
All right, friend. I called you to ask you something about Christianity.
No problem, my friend.
There,
But before you ask me about Christianity, what do you think about this foolishness in Islam? Do you agree that this is stupid? The story is stupid? What do you think?
I think I have some lack of understanding in these stories
No, but I
because
mean the
my
story here about Muhammad, he cannot read. Don't you think this story is stupid? Because there is no way that God, he said to a man, read it 3 times, and still he will not be able to read. Because God, as your Quran says, if you want something to happen, he say B is going to be. And here we go. He said to him, read it 3 times. And instead Muhammad, he have no idea. He went to his wife. He said to her, cover me, cover me. You know, and he started shaking and breaking and going crazy and freak out. So why Allah could not even explain himself to Muhammad? What do you think?
I don't know
But
the
don't you
reason.
agree with me? Be honest. Don't you agree that stupid here, the story here is stupid?
I think many of the stories in the Hadith and the way Muslims tell that weak Hadith is false or strong. I think this
Hmm.
argument of weak
But this is in
strong.
Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, and the Muslim, they say this is a very authentic
No, I
hadith.
think that the whole point is very stupid. That this Hadith is strong, this
Okay,
Hadith is
thank you very
weak.
much. So we agree that the story here in the hadith at least is stupid. What about the Quran? Because the Quran says that story. Allah, he said to Muhammad in the Quran, read. Isn't it Allah who said to him, read in the Quran? Are you going to say now the Quran is false?
Uh, Allah didn't tell him to read because
No, the
it
Quran,
was
no,
Jibril.
my friend, the Quran is said clearly, and actually many places say to him that Allah, he said to him, read, you know. So how we say that Allah, how we say the story in the hadith is false when the Quran confirmed the same story, saying that Allah, he said to him, read. Hmm?
Allah said to him, read, or there was something written Jibril brought.
What?
I think Jibril probably brought some written materials to Muhammad in the cave.
No problem. Okay, I
So
will go with you with this theory. Guys, Jibreel, he brought him some written material. How stupid it is from God to send Muhammad written material, but Muhammad cannot read. You just confirmed to me. I'm not insulting you, by the way. You sound like a nice guy, gentleman. But you just confirmed to me that your God is a stupid, because here we go. You bring me a letter and I cannot read, and you say to me, read. So who is the stupid here? Either you are going to make a miracle of me, I cannot read, and you say to me, read, and suddenly I am a person who can read, or it's just stupid to say to me, read, and you give me a letter, but I cannot read.
like you're saying, if someone is a known illiterate person, it is stupid to bring something written material to
Right,
him
right,
and
because
say,
don't Allah, he knew that Muhammad is illiterate? What do you think? He knew, right?
Of course.
Okay, so how he bring him a letter to read, but Muhammad cannot read? So what the point?
Yeah,
Okay, if Jesus,
and there is a good
my
point.
friend, if Jesus said to the blind man, "Look at me," and the blind man is blind, he would say like, "What? I'm blind. What are you talking about?" So if Jesus said to him, "Look at me," if he is God, should make him be able to see, right? Because there's no point to say to a blind man, "Look." Do you agree?
Yes, it's miraculous.
Okay, that's stupid actually to say to him, "Look at me," but the guy is blind, and you know he's blind, and supposedly you're God. But look, Jesus, he made the blind see. He made the one who cannot walk. Like when Jesus said to the man he cannot walk, who is sitting down in the ground, when he said to him, "Carry your bed and walk," the guy should say to him like, "What are you talking about? How I can walk?" He did not do that. He carried the bed and walk. Here we go. We have Jesus, who is the God of the Christian. He said to the man who is a blind, "See," he saw. He said to the man who cannot walk, "Walk," he walked. And we have the God of Islam, who he knew supposedly that Muhammad cannot read, and he gave him, as you said, written material to read, and still Muhammad cannot read. So who is the false God here?
I think I have a lot to learn and understand before the judging what is
But my friend, we have to
if
be
it.
honest here. I mean, come on, isn't it clear for you? Be honest with me. Isn't it clear that there is something fishy here in the story?
Yeah, there is something fishy because
Thank you very much. Here we
God should
go.
know.
See, there is something fishy. So as long there is something fishy, that means Muhammad is a fishy prophet. He cannot be a prophet. This story must be fabricated. There is no way Muhammad he received an order from his God to read, and yet he cannot read. For this is against the nature of God, because if God he say be is going to be, as the Quran said, that's it. Allah said to him, read, he will read.